Hello, everybody. Welcome. And I am your host, Winifred Adams. And today on Making Life Brighter, we have a very special treat for you. I have special guest and actually return guest, Chantylynn. And Chantylynn is not only is she amazing in every sense of the word, she is the world's greatest gatherer, I swear. And Chantylynn has been a dear friend of mine for several years, but she is also the head of the Santa Monica Holistic Chamber of Commerce. And we met through the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, but it seems like we met many moons ago. And so I welcome back Chantylynn. Thank you for being here, Shanti.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. And yes, we met many lifetimes ago. So
I think we did.
because our soul kind of dance and play together like children.
Exactly. And we've shared many a latte on the pier. So we've had a great time together. And one thing that has brought us together is our dedication toward humanity and helping to awaken humanity at this time. And Chantylynn has always fostered the greatest of people at the Santa Monica Holistic Chamber of Commerce. And I have a special announcement today, and that is that we have debuting today, and you can go and get it on Kindle for 99 cents, our brand new book, woohoo! Our itty bitty book. It's called Your Amazing Itty Bitty Holistic Experts Compilation Book, and that includes all of us. So,
Yeah.
Shanti, you are the spearhead of this amazing project with this is a great brand, by the way, the Itty Bitty Book. I mean, what started that? How did you get into the Itty Bitty Book being the culmination point for our expertise?
Well, I think I can't take all the credit for it, but about 3 years ago, Michaela Pessary, she and I used to run the chapter when I first took it over back in 2016. She was my co-president for like 2 years. And she's the one who brought in Susie Pruden, the founder of Itty Bitty Books. And Susie and Michaela and I had a powwow, and we're like, let's do a book for the Santa Monica Holistic Chamber of Commerce, because we have so many amazing healers and practitioners on all the different fields in here. And I'm like, I'm in. I'm like, that sounds amazing. But we went through a lot, as you know. It took a long time. I think we're like 2 years plus to get this book out. And all of our members that were part of the Santa Monica chapter started moving out, moving away, different chapters. But I always, as you know, it's divinely orchestrated. So I'm just going with it, and I keep pushing ahead until we got all of our 14 authors, because one of the authors actually took 2 chapters and made it happen. And I'm like, it's divine timing. Now it's like the perfect time for us to show up.
It is actually.
So it's a huge celebration.
It is. And today is the day. Like, today is the day that you can go on Amazon and grab your Kindle version for 99 cents, right? This is your download.
Yeah, because it's normally $2.99, and the physical copy have been on sale for, I think, almost a month, I think.
That's
or
right.
more. But today was a day designated to get us to be Amazon bestseller list today. So just on April 8th, from midnight last night all the way to 11:59 p.m. today, for every purchase is going to put us a notch up on the best-selling list. So please, everyone, support us.
That's right. Please reach out and get your copy, and you can give it to somebody too. So let's jump into this a little bit. What makes this book stand out among the others? What is it in these experts that really has you so excited about putting this book out there?
Well, number one, all these authors are just amazing human beings who are here to, the list of the authors, who are here to make the world a better place, number one. And I think it's an amazing book because it's so simple and easy. And as Susie Pruden described it, it's kind of like when you were in college and you have the cliff notes and the yellow cliff notes, and then you take the yellow highlights and you highlight the cliff notes. And then basically this is the yellow highlight. So it's super quick and easy, and it gives you a little like taste of what's going on. And with today's world, when we're all so, busy, distracted, it's easy to read, it's fun, it's light, and you get through it easily. And I think for our attention span in general, it's a great book. And then, and then if something sparks your interest, then you can go, oh, let me look up one of the authors. Let me go deeper with that one. Like, for instance, someone is into medical intuition. They're like, oh my God, Winifred Adam, you're the real deal. We got to get into you. We got to reach out and get to work with you. I mean, that's the whole idea, is to give a taste. And I think it's perfect.
So let's go into some of the authors, because you know these people so well. So let's go chapter by chapter and just kind of highlight everybody, because this is why we did this. And it's the quick, literally, it's a page and a half or 2 pages for each person. And you can just get the, oh, do. This is what it is. So
Yeah, exactly. It's like a page and a half, two pages per chapter. And of course, right on the top is Winifred Adams. I just posted on Facebook to tell people to join us here, because I said she is besides being my dear, amazing friend, and I have so much fun with, she is the medical intuitive extraordinaire. I mean, you are the real deal. I've been to many of your healings, your meditations, your courses. I mean, I took an iridology class with you. I've done so many amazing things and experienced your work. And so it's exciting to talk about you. So every time I post now, I try to tag all the authors on all my social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm just excited to tell people about you. Like, it's like, that's my joy. It's like, oh my God, each one of these people. The second person, April Broswell, I met her at one of our Santa Monica chapter meetings right before she took over as the president of the Newport Beach chapter.
Wonderful. Yeah. So her chapter title is
Soul Essence Love.
Love that. Love that.
And she's been a writer. She had a few books under her belt, and she writes about dating advices from a soul level. So you do not want to miss her chapter, because who doesn't want more love, right? And then my chapter, what makes your heart sing? Because this is like my barometer in life. If it doesn't make me happy, I'm like, why am I doing it? So I oftentimes, especially in life, we make these decisions, and it's kind of like, what do I do here? I'm kind of torn. And then, if I just sit with a minute with myself and kind of put my hand on my heart, and I'm like, it gives you the answer. You're like, this is what makes my heart sing. And I think that is exactly why I took over the Santa Monica chapter, because before I joined the organization, I have never been with a formal, organized networking organization ever in my life. And I don't know what it is.
It's hard to believe that, because you're so good at it. I mean, you were born to do this and more, I'm sure. And right now you've been doing a special live series for a month about this, right?
Yes, I created my own groups. I mean, I've always been a natural networker, because my joy in life is to connect people. Like, I'm like, oh, if someone's looking for this, I'm like, oh yeah, it's filed in my little brain, like a little computer frame. So I'm like, yes. So as soon as I hear something and I'm on the path of something, I'm excited about something, I kind of gather that energy in the collective and bring those people with me, because I'm like, oh, my tribe, let's go, And that's how I started the Santa Monica chapter. I mean, took over, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I'm going to say yes. Because I figured, if I fail, I'll learn something new, right? And the idea of community excites me. I don't know. I'm like, what? I've never been to a thing, and now I'm asked to be, and also because it sounds good, I get to be the president of the Santa Monica Holistic Chamber of Commerce. That sounds really awesome. I don't know what it is, but I like it. And so
you are it. You are it. And you are the natural earth gatherer for sure. I mean, it's through and through, no doubt. That's you. So let's focus on what it is that you're offering in your live, because it's beautiful.
So I've been actually, I started this group on Facebook called Abundance Unlimited. And it was through COVID, when we were all home and we were like all freaked out what to do next and how we're going to, because it's all about, I mean, besides being holistic and community, I really want to help out space, all of our, what do you call colleagues to thrive. And because I feel like you are such healers, and I don't want you to like not have a thriving business of helping people, because if you can't pay rent or put food on the table, how are you going to help yourself? And if you can't help yourself, how are you going to help the people? And right now I feel like we need to help more people. And this is the connection is where it's at. And that's where the healing to get us through all of this, craziness. So that's my number one goal. And so I created this group. We were doing 21 days of abundance, Deepak Chopra, Oprah meditation. And then I've had this book. I'm going to show you. I just got my physical copy from one of my friends, The Magic from Rhonda Byrne, who is the same author as The Secret. And she talked about, 28 days of manifesting more magic and miracles in your life. And we say that and it sounds really woo-woo, but actually the whole practice is all about practical daily things to root you from the place of gratitude. Because as we are grateful for all the wonderful things that are already happening in our lives, we're pulling in more of it. So today is day 4, magical health, and it addresses every part of life. And so every day we do an exercise and we talked about how grateful we are. No matter where you are, you can find something to be grateful for. And that's a good coping mechanism. And I love the idea of having it being like a neuroscience brain rewiring, because I think human beings in general, we're so automatically go to the negative stuff. Oh my God, this. But now we're training, retraining to look for the good, because there's still so much good out there, and we got to find it, and we got to steep ourselves in it and keep becoming, because what you focus on expands. So that's what I'm excited about. So if anyone here wants to join me, if you're on Facebook, look up Abundance Unlimited.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it. Shanti, you are a force of nature. I can't say it enough. I mean, you are so in your lane of what you're meant to do. And I'm sure there's more coming even, but it's wonderful. And I'm grateful to know you. I'm grateful to be a
Oh,
part of this. And so let's go on to expert number 4, Jocelyn Eberstein. Stress is not sexy.
oh my gosh. Exactly. Stress kills. Stress makes you sad. Stress makes you sick. And I've actually have worked with Jocelyn, in the chapter. She was a member of our San Marco chapter for many, many years. And I've been to her office right in near Beverly Hills in Central City. And she is amazing. She helps people who are really in dire needs, like what do you call it? Critical space in health. So cancer patients and patients who are going through a lot of different things. And she really helped people from a holistic way by doing acupuncture. I've gotten my COVID test there with her office. She does supplements, nutrition. She's amazing. And so I'm so glad when she said yes. And she was you and her were one of the first people who signed up to be on this book project. So I'm forever grateful. And then Dr. Elena Eustache, she has 2 chapters, How to Be Feminine and the Cure for Your Broken Heart.
I love that. I love
And
that.
she's doing some TV show, and we've only spoken on the phone. I actually have not met her in person yet, but we got her, I think, on board like last year. I want to say October. No, it got to be before that. She just joined as the last part of the wave of authors that I got signed on, and she sounds amazing. And she's really happy with the book.
Yeah, it's really come out nicely. I'm
Yeah,
pleased to see it too.
I know. It's a feel good, and I like that it is so. I can take it everywhere with me to show people.
You can throw it in your purse and go on a trip, and by the time you're from A to B, you'll have it mastered, and you'll know this many more people that you can call upon for assistance. And that's
Yeah.
the key here, is that these people are now in your Rolodex of who to turn to.
Yeah, it's amazing. And our next author, Susan Daya Hamwe, she's actually a licensed attorney, and she's been to many of our meetings, and she's an awesome person. I mean, I look at her chapter, Calm, Conversation with Anyone About Anything.
I love
She
it.
does mediation. Basically, that's like her specialty. So mediation, conflict resolution, and it's a beautiful thing. And if you meet her, she's like a little happy go lucky, loves to dance. And so we have that in common. We love to dance. We hear music and we're just like, So she's a lovely, fun girl to be around. And she's so smart and wise, and she has a common essence. So I'm glad that she is sharing her gift with the world, like a little touch of it, a little taste. And then our next author, Deborah Harper. I can't say enough about this lady. I fell in love with her the moment I laid eyes on her. She's just this vision of beauty and grace and deep spiritual good person. And her background, she came from a very corporate world. I think she's like vice president to Saks Fifth Avenue or some big conglomerate company for years. But she has this deep spiritual side. And now she's into, helping people and, basically training and coaching top leaders, executive teams, and she understands the corporate culture and bringing them with us to this holistic community base and
She's
how to be.
bridging the gap of the
Yes,
holistic world into the corporate world, and how to
yes,
take that lingo and kind of make it something that
yes,
you can actualize in your life. So
yeah. And
that's
and bring
wonderful.
up productivity, at the same time. Like it's just good in every way. You want her in your corporation.
Love that.
And then India Holloway, I also met her. She's
I
just
love
so
that
beautiful
name.
and lovely. I know. It just sounds so glamorous.
Exotic.
Yeah, Holloway.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Everything Begins in the Gut. She wrote several books also. She wrote a book that I love. The title is The Body Doesn't Know How to Die. And
Oh,
isn't
great
that
title.
lovely? Yeah, and she's just this beautiful lady. And she was excited to be part of our group too in the book. And I've been to her for colonics. I'm like the chapter biggest, what do you call it, biggest client, because I
Yes,
wanna,
you are.
I have to taste everything. I'm
You
like, let me book
head
an
on.
appointment with you. Yes, exactly.
I love
Uh,
it.
yeah, just like when I met you, of course, I love you. I mean, I called you one day on the phone
I know.
out of random, and you happened to be home, and you
I
pick
was
up the
coming
phone.
home from the airport. You caught me like from LAX. I just landed. I was on my way home, and you're like, "Hi, I'm I'm
I'm the new
part of the
president,
Holistic
and
Chamber."
you're like, I'm not sure I'm still a member. And I'm like, well, let's change that.
That's right. Yeah, you were. It was like boom, boom. Okay, great. I'm in, and here we go. And
And then you came to the next, I think it's like a few days later, you came to the meeting, and you lived way out there in Malibu at the time. And we were in
yeah,
Santa Monica, and you came right in. I'm like, oh
that's
my
right.
God. And of course, love at first sight,
I know.
love at first sound. And then, and then we met up. So it's awesome. So India is one of those lovely ladies too. And, she has a business nearby. And then Michaela, I can't say enough about Michaela, because thanks to Michaela, we met at a women's conference 10 years ago. And she and I bonded, we're single moms, and she got my son to go to her daughter's school for a little while. And then she's the one, when I was saying to her, I took on this brand called Beauty Counter for skincare cosmetics. And I'm like, my family and friends don't want to hear about me anymore. So I got to find new people who are interested in holistic care. I'm so passionate. I'm part of Cancer Schmancer, Fran Drescher's organization. We got to address this beauty business. And plus my background is I'm a celebrity nail stylist in Hollywood. So I'm part of the glam squad. I'm one of the first people to clean
You
out
are.
my kit. So I was so excited to talk about Beauty Counter, and nobody in my circle wanted to hear it anymore. So Michaela said, come with me and network at the Santa Monica Holistic Chamber of Commerce. I'm like, that exists. I was like, wow, okay. I love Santa Monica because I'm a Santa Monica now, is my new hometown. And I love the idea of holistic, and I'm an entrepreneur. So I love the idea of, being a chamber of commerce. So that's how I got introduced. And then she introduced me to Susie Pruden. So that's how this book came about. So thank you,
Perfect.
Michaela. Big shout out. And now she runs the Global Women Network, which is a whole other women's, empowerment business community. That's awesome.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And
Yes, and she's a mover and a shaker, and all these people are rising up to meet this time frame, and come together for really empowering holistic practitioners as well as women in this field. And so we're not limiting it to women, but it is
no,
a powerful group of women moving out into the world and bringing their divine light into each sector of what their expertise is. And that's really the focus on this book.
It's so amazing. And it's like, I didn't limit it to women, but it just so happened that it's all this divine femininity came into play. So it's just awesome.
Love it.
Uh, and then Michelle Perkins, who is just a beautiful soul, who also lives out in Malibu. I don't know if you ever met her. Did
I
you ever meet
haven't met
her?
her. Mm.
Okay. Well, her chapter, You and Your Money, a Happy Couple.
I know, I love that title.
That too. Because yes, I want to be married and have a happy marriage with money.
Yeah.
And so she's another powerhouse. She has her own radio and TV show as well. And, she teaches people about money. So it's her favorite topic. And I, again, another beautiful energy, sweet, kind. I love her kindness. It just glows. And it's just, I think that it's important to have a better grasp of your money. And as women, we weren't always taught, and we didn't grow up learning about money and having a good relationship with money. And especially in our holistic sector, I sometimes feel like we so concentrate on our work that was like kind of something we're like, oh, we get a little nervous around, right? And she's like helping you. It's almost like what do you call it, relationship counselor or a coach,
Yeah.
coaching you with better relationship with your money. I mean, who wouldn't want that? So that's an important chapter too.
I love
Um,
that. Love
yeah,
that.
Dawn
Expert Will.
Rose. Yeah,
Dawn.
Dawn Rose. Okay, so Dawn is a healer, and of course, I've had many healings with her. And she founded this company called uh, what is it called? Grounded Heart Healing. And
Oh,
the sound of that, your healing happens when your heart is grounded and you're grounded in love. And she uses earth energy and love. And she also does flower essences. I just love, I can't wait to go see her again because, through COVID, it was hard. But I would like to come have like a longer session one-on-one. Like I'm like ready.
oh,
And she
yes.
is sweet as, and she also works with women, all strictly women actually. And it's, I mean, she's done, when she goes to these conferences, she obviously had help and give healing to men and women, but her work and coaching is based around women. And so it's just beautiful. Um, and then Lucy Tesarova, Avoid the Ugly Trap of Setting Flat Goals. She's an amazing coach. And I'm actually in one of her masterminds where she really, dive in and like, how can we support each other? I mean, this is how this woman, all she wants is to help us to be more empowered in our business life as well as our personal lives. And she's, right, so kind, so open, so heartfelt. You can feel her presence, but yet she's such a smart business lady, and her company is Consult for Success. I mean, and it
Nice.
comes from that heart beautiful place. And that, I think this is what I would say about all of our authors. Everybody is so heart centered, and it's all about love. And every one of us wants to be of service. We want to make the world a better place, and we want to empower healing in every aspect of life.
We're making life brighter, folks. We're making life brighter.
That's right. We're making life brighter. Our next expert, Melissa Tong. She's also, like you, one of the first people who signed up to this book project. And her chapter is wonderful, How to Apply Storytelling in Marketing. Well,
Yeah.
for years, when she comes to our chapter and was a speaker, she worked in Hollywood. She had produced many, high budget commercials in Hollywood. And she's been, since I've known her, training people how to be on camera. So, how because, video sells, we're very visual. So she's teaching you how to show up to your ideal clients so that, how you show up will attract that in because they can see you, sense you, and want to work with you. So she's awesome. So I'm glad she's, and it's all about storytelling, because why would I buy from you versus someone else? Because I like your story, I like who you are and I want to support you.
Well,
So
getting
that's
the
really
story
important.
right in the marketing is really the difference between success and better success, I'd say, because in this case, so many people think they have that right. And I'm, you know, taking it just that one extra step of clarity always makes the difference.
Yes, and I think you build more trust when you share who you are. So your story will resonate because we're all human and we have the human experience. And some of us more than others in certain areas. And when you speak from that place, and all those people who like, oh my God, I know what she's talking about. You know, she gets me. You know, I want to work with her because she gets me. You
Yeah.
know, and that's why storytelling is so powerful, because then you know where you feel trust, you're building trust, and your bonding connection is built because they know that you get them, they know that they can get help from you, and that's beautiful, you know. So a very powerful chapter. And last but not least, Cheryl Walker, family
We
and
love Cheryl.
oh
Hello,
my,
Cheryl.
I love
I always
um,
see her adding to the different things that I do, and Cheryl is just near and dear. And I always see the pictures of her dogs out there too. So,
oh, you're thinking about Cheryl Jones, that's my bestie. This is
oh,
Cheryl
Cheryl.
Walker.
Why did I think that Cheryl Walker was okay? Sorry.
Yeah, no, Cheryl Walker is another member of the Santa Monica chapter, and she does family constellations. I don't know how to really explain that. Do you?
No, because I was thinking of Cheryl, the other Cheryl, all along when I
No,
saw this, and I mixed them up, and I thought that that
no.
okay, oh wow, she does constellations now.
She probably could.
Yeah, she probably could. No,
Yeah,
but so systemic constellations. Well, it's looking like it's looking for all of the things that get in the way of what your
yeah.
soul creation could really be, what the unconscious is saying your subconscious is doing.
Yeah, it's I think we say something like, you know, bringing the unconscious into conscious.
Yes.
So, you know, sometimes we carry energy and unresolved issues, past traumas from generations ago. Because sometimes the way I understood it, because I went to, of course, a few of those things too. I went to a few sessions of family constellation, and it's really amazing because you can really live out what and separate out what is yours so you can heal that, and what is ancestral so you can heal that
Oh,
too.
that's
It-
important. That
it's
is
so
so vital. That
and
is
then
so
we don't even know. And that's when you said, you know, the subconscious, we don't even know. It's in our subconscious. So when you go to a session like this and you get the healing and you get the insight, it's kind of like, wow, that wasn't me. And then you were able to heal that and ask for forgiveness and let it go. And there were some really powerful sessions I've been to. Like, for example, someone who would come to the session, and you can be live in person, or they can use one of the people there as a surrogate for you. So
yes,
this is
that's
like
cool.
crazy, you know, and it is in the constellation, it's in the energy field, and they pull it down, and they're like, you know, for someone, let's say, oh God, I have this headache plaguing me my whole life. I always had it over here, whatever. Through family constellation, at one point, they figured out that somebody way back in the ancestry had their head blown off because it was World War I or whatever. And that pain was vibrating and carried through all the way to you. And you're like, whoa, that's
That
why you're
makes so
carrying it
much
around.
sense.
I
I
figured you would know
understand
that.
this. I've seen this actually in healing. I've seen different people's familial bloodlines carrying through these habits and these traits and all this stuff. So that is vital. That is really
Yeah.
important. And Cheryl Walker, but we love you too, Cheryl Jones. You just got
We
included,
definitely
but
love
you
you.
didn't know it.
Yesterday was Cheryl Jones' birthday.
Oh, I miss you guys. Yeah. So, you know, this is really amazing. And we've got this Your Amazing Itty Bitty Holistic Experts compilation book. Just so you know, you can go get it today for 99 cents on Kindle. All right. Okay.
Yep.
So there you go. And you can support people that are doing really amazing things in the world right now as we come into this divine change in our world, and the good change. We're talking about all good things, just happy go lucky, wonderful, you know, self-sustaining advancement. That's what we're about, advancement. And Shanti and I have put in our fair share of dues for self-healing over many years. We stand here in person to tell you that you do have to do the work. And when you do the work, it's so rewarding because there are so many people that are beautiful divine souls out there right now that are helping us get this done so we can advance forward as a humanity. It's now. It's happening now.
Yes. And I think that is powerful to do our own healing, because I do believe the best thing we could do for humanity is to do our own work. And then from that space, we have a full cup to be available to help others. And you do that so well. And I just want to say, I'm so grateful for you in my life in every way possible. I mean, I'm grateful
Thank
for the
you.
work that you do and for who you are, and for all the wonderful life magical experiences I get to experience with you. I can't wait to do more.
Our
And
next concert, when everything opens up again, we went to the Cyndi Lauper concert and we had a blast, and that was just so much fun. And we got to see my girl Kat playing guitar for her, and Kat used to play for Prince. And Kat has been on my albums, and I'm just, wow, we were blown away. Cyndi Lauper rocked it.
oh, so good, so good. Yeah,
We
can't
had
wait.
lots and lots of fun. And the neatest part about this, I have to say, Shanti, is you are the world's greatest gatherer, and you have such a light in you to bring people together and always see the positive in everyone, always, forever. But the thing about it is you are taking this vision and you've held tight to it. And through all the twists and turns over 2 years, you're like, we are putting this book out, come hell or high water, here it is, because this is necessary. And, hats off to you for staying with that mission. And then today is our culmination period to put it out there, really. I mean, you all can benefit for 99 cents. Come on, you got to support that and bring that forward. It's nothing. In fact, give it to somebody for that and send it around the world, because this is
Uh,
this is good fun. These are wonderful people doing amazing things, and
yeah.
you
I
are doing amazing things. Thank you.
and I think, it's great, when you get a copy like this, and you're helping us, like all of you are helping us, and to get this out there. But you're gonna find that you're gonna enjoy it. Actually, Fran Drescher, one of my dear friend, bought a copy. And when I came to see her, she asked me to autograph it. It was my first autograph. I'm like, oh yeah.
Fran. We love Fran. The Fran
So,
and Fanny. We do.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's really
So
cool. That's
so
neat.
I'm going to see her. I'm going to take a photo of her holding a book, and I'll tag everybody on all social media, because she said, yeah, I'll take a picture with the book, and she was so cute. And she said, I actually think it was so good. And she was so happy for me and for all of us. And she said, she's totally supported. She said, it's a cute little book.
It's wonderful, actually. And all itty bitty books, the brand itty bitty book is really neat because it is that cliff note. I mean, look at it. You can see a chapter and a page. It's just really that simple. You've got the cliff notes. And I'm going to do a shout out for GAMI while we're here, because I'm the founder of the Global Association of Medical Intuitives, and we are moving together to bring all of you that are talented and gifted out there in medical intuition to the world. And you can get this book and find out what it's like to be a medical intuitive and the secret behind that. So I encourage you to find out what that is. And if you are an empath, an intuitive, or a natural born healer, this is for you, because that community is going to be growing worldwide and here in the US. And we are going to put together how science comes into actual holistic medicine. And it's happening right now. It's not then, it's now. So come along and join GAMI, the Global Association of Medical Intuitives. You can either even be like a bystander, just to be part of the conversation. And we encourage you to sign on. So as we walk forward in this world, there is so much that's coming so quickly. And we in LA have been watching this take place, and we've been the forefront, the forerunners of this, from the holistic Chamber of Commerce through the modalities that are happening. We're the ones that have been hoofing it on the front line and making things happen. And that is now reverberating around the world with the others in other countries that are doing that. So we invite you to come and join our party. And
Yeah.
Shanti, join her party if you're in LA, especially.
Yeah. Well, and you get to work with Winifred, and she's so much fun. You're just so much fun because you make everything, it's kind of like going on an adventure and you're like telling us, it's like you're telling us this wonderful story about our lives and we love hearing it from your perspective and you're like bringing to light so much when I'm in your presence and you're doing your work. I love it. I drink in the energy in which you really just own the space in such a loving, fun way. And if it's not fun, how can we do it?
Well, that's
And you
what
make it fun.
Sagittarians are about. You have to have fun. I mean, if you can't have fun, what's the point? And you remember Ted, right? I had
Oh my God, love
my
Ted. In love with Ted.
yeah. Ted Ted still does his work, and all the kids love Ted, and the animals love Ted. And Ted was this crazy crystal skull that I ended up with that ended up being this conduit of crystal, like crystalline healing for um, brain reformatting and body system health and all this other stuff. And you know, I thought my career was over when I got Ted. I'm like, my people are going to walk away. This is the craziest thing in the world. And you know what? Everybody loved Ted. And didn't we have fun?
We have so much fun. We're all like, can we please touch him? Can we please hold him? Can we please? It's like, can you show? Can Ted come out and play?
And every kid in the planet that came to my office was like, and went straight to Ted and just put his hands on him. But it's not about
Kids of
crystal
all
skulls. It's
ages.
about energy.
Kids of all ages.
Oh, yes. Right. Thank you. Yes. Perfect. Exactly. Kids of all ages. And that's what we are. So we encourage you to join us. Shanti, how can people reach you?
Well, you can find me on chantylynn.com and it's spelled CHANTALYNN.com. And on there, I'm doing this thing called Live Your Magic in 30 Days with Chantylynn. Because
Love
I
it.
feel that, magic and miracles are a natural occurrence. We just have to attune ourselves to experience more of it. So it's not
That's
that it doesn't exist. It's just sometimes we don't see it. And I'm like, I know that it's there. I'm on a mission to find it, and I'm going to uncover each and every one as much as I can. And I have to tell you, one of the things I borrow from you speaking and teaching is that, you said you knew intuitively what is going on. And I love that you're also a geek about science and you're going to find the science to prove your point that your inner wisdom already knew, your innate wisdom already knew, but you're going to use the science so to show people, yeah, what I felt was true, but just to let you know, here is the scientific proof. And I love that because I'm like that. I know what I want and I'm going to go out there and find ways to prove it. And I love science. Science to me is very, very spiritual.
I think it is. Well, it is. I mean, look at the backdrop here. That's all sacred geometry, and that's all about mathematics and science. And so even the
Yeah,
quantum healing meditations are all about mathematical interface. And quantum healing is mathematical interface. It's
yeah,
using the mathematics in energetic recognition and um, well, it's when you recognize something and you're witnessing it, essentially you're using it. And so if we're not really the doers, but we're more the witness, then we get to witness the scientific behind the woo woo. And I don't even use woo woo anymore, to be honest with you. I don't even use, because I'm so far beyond that. Like if you're not on the train, you're behind. Just, hurry up and find a train because we're moving. It's happening. We're in it now.
as we are. To the
So Sean,
moon.
I know, and beyond, to the beyond Ananda. And I love this. Thank you so much for spearheading this. Thank you for being here with us again on Making Life Brighter. And thank you for everyone that's out there watching. Feel free to go get your copy today for 99 cents on Kindle, and you'll find it on Amazon. And you've got these amazing authors, these amazing experts in their field. And be sure to join Gami. So love you, Shanti.
Love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And a blessed day, everyone.
Go Jolly, everybody. Thanks for watching Making Life Brighter. And we'll be back next week with Sasha Stone and Commander-in-Chief Russell J. Colin Gould. Thank you. All right. Wonderful. So I think that we are done, but I'll call you. Okay.
Okay.